We are adding even more color to our city drawings today by adding watercolor. We've used this before, but we've never gone over crayon like this. So yesterday you spent the class coloring really neatly using good craftsmanship, meaning taking very careful love and care with your coloring, not scribbling. And today we're going to paint over the crown that you did, which might sound a little weird, but trust me, it adds more color and it makes your picture pop and be even more beautiful. All right, so we're using a teeny little paintbrush, watercolors, water. And today, this paper towel is going to be very important. So I'm going to start by painting this green building. And because I colored it green with crayon, I do not want to use the same color paint over top of it. Because if I paint green and fill in all those little white spots and paint green over top of the crayon, it's kind of like, what's the point? So I'm going to pick a different color. I'm going to pick orange. So I got my brush wet in the water. I'm going to give my brush a good swirl in the orange paint. All right, you can even see the orange on the brush. And then I'm going to start painting. And you'll notice that the watercolor kind of doesn't want to cover over top of all of the crown. You'll kind of have these little puddles on top of it. That's what you want. Okay, now if you use too much paint and you get big puddles like this and they're just too big and you don't like that, because this one kind of disappeared. It kind of absorbed into the paper. But if your puddles are really juicy, take your paper towel, open it up to one layer, and just blot right on top of that. And you can even see the paint and the water coming through. And I'll lift it up. Blot, lift it up. Do not wipe, because that could smear and drag that orange paint to another part of your picture. And we want to keep it neat and in the spots that we want it. So I want you to also today to be careful about not painting the black lines. You want to paint around them, because if you get too much water on those black lines, they'll smear. So we're carefully painting, just like we were carefully coloring around all of those black lines. All right. Now I want to show you something, because I don't want you guys to be afraid of the color black when we're painting this. Oh, make sure you clean your brush every time before you switch colors. If you need to even wipe it on your paper towel to make sure it's clean, you can, because this paint tray should stay looking like this. This orange should not, or yellow should not turn brown because you forgot to rinse your brush in between. Okay? The yellow should look like yellow at the end of class. The blue should look like blue, orange like orange, green like green, and so on. Okay? You're not mixing colors in here. Make sure your brush is clean every time before dipping a new color. All right, but I want to show you black. Black or purple, even if you have at your watercolor. So it might look like that it colors the whole picture. Okay, it's covering that window. I don't want that. I also don't like that it's kind of running around in the other water there. See, it's kind of bleeding out a little bit. What did we talk about? You get your paper towel, you open it up, and you blot. Not smearing, blotting. You can get rid of some of that color there, and it also will lift and remove some of that black paint so you can still see that window color. All right, now let me go over here. I'm going to paint some of these purples. Should I use the purple paint to paint over top? No, I'm going to use something totally different. Maybe I'll use blue this time. Paint some of this purple here. That looks pretty. You want the color to actually show up. So if you're not using enough paint, you have too much water on your brush. So just dip it back into the paint and try again. Okay. You are painting your whole picture today. Good luck.